Hello, hello, hello. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on when you're viewing this and where you are. Hi, I'm Casey Durango of Go Keto with Casey, where I talk about how I lost 97.4 pounds after starting the ketogenic protocol, how you may be able to lose weight, regain your health, and let me see, lose weight, improve your health, and regain control of your life like I did. I've only said that about, I don't know, 2,000 times. You would think it would roll off my tongue. Hi, hope everyone is well. It is Saturday morning where I am, overcast, spring day, lots of wildlife in our back garden, so I'm enjoying that. And for those of you who are new to this platform, if you want to ask a question and kind of have it pinned, there's a speech bubble to the side or to the bottom, depending on what platform you're on, which device you're on, with a question mark in it. If you write a comment, question, observation, whatever, it'll kind of get pinned there. I'll be notified. I'll read it out, and thank you very much. So if you are seeing this on replay, then obviously this is a replay and you're not seeing me live. And I just want to say hey to Mother Hubbard, who writes, hello, kindred spirits from Chicagoland. And DH writes, great topic for today. And Kimberly writes, good morning. Thank you. Y'all, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for commenting. And I will jump into today's topic. You know, frankly, the food is the easy part on the ketogenic protocol. As I've learned it, as I've practiced it for over 11 years, keep your carbs 20 grams or fewer a day. Total carbs, not net carbs. Net carbs just means more carbs. So total carbs, 20 or fewer. If it's not on page 4, you can find a link at my blog. Don't eat it. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Stop eating when you've had enough. And you don't even need the food list. It's fatty sources of protein, limited amounts of non-starchy vegetables, and limited amounts of full-fat dairy. But the vegetables and the dairy are not obligatory. So it's pretty simple. It's fatty sources of protein, eggs with the yolk, poultry with the skin, chuck roast with the fat. Just eat the fat that comes with the protein. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Stop when you've had enough. So the food is simple. You can memorize page 4 in a sitting. It's pretty simple. But what is not easy is necessarily navigating our food choices when other people feel like they want to offer their opinion and what they feel like is their knowledge. And we are social creatures for the most part, right? We are communal creatures for the most part. Although, some of us are very happy with our own company, do not require to be in a crowd to be energized and happy. But very few of us can totally escape other people. And that's not a problem, hopefully we surround ourselves with people that we like, who care about us and we care about them. But when it comes to food, even otherwise polite, restrained, and well-intentioned people can just get all up in your business about what you are eating or what you're not eating. What? How can you go without fruit? Fruit is essential. It's not. What? Whole grains. You must have whole grains in order to have your digestive system work, if you know what I'm saying. Not really. All that fat's going to kill you. Well, it's not all that fat, for one thing. Let's repeat the protocol. Keep your carbs 20 grams or fewer. If it's not on page 4, don't eat it. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Stop when you've had enough. Nowhere does it say pound in the fat. Nowhere does it say consume X number of grams of fat a day. There is an influencer. Don't know if this person is still around. But the big tagline was, you must eat fat to burn fat, get in 200 grams of fat a day. No, if that works for that person or for you, great. It would not work for me. That's a lot of fat. And 200 grams of fat would be 1,800 calories just in fat. So this is not a high-fat diet. It's just not a low-fat diet. It's not a high-protein diet. Some people say your kidneys are going to get wrecked with all that protein. It's not all that protein. I don't know how much protein I consume in a day. My default is to eat fatty sources of protein when I'm hungry. I don't default to a banana or a bran muffin or even a big salad. I default to a fatty source of protein. Protein is quite satisfying. A person of my stature, which is not large, of my stage of life, which is not brand new, of my body composition, which is not Mrs. World competition type of body. I don't know how much protein I require, but I get enough protein. All my blood work is great. My kidneys function just beautifully. I'm on no medications. People say, oh my gosh, your cholesterol, you're going to die of cholesterol. For one thing, cholesterol is not a disease. It's an absolutely essential component of every cell in our body. Without cholesterol, we would just turn into a big puddle. We'd be like the original Wizard of Oz movie where the Wicked Witch gets splashed with water and then dissolves. Oh, I'm melting, melting. That's what we would be without cholesterol in our cells. So some people just, you know, think about with those same people who maybe we find a little Badinsky about our food, would they be Badinsky about other aspects of our life? Maybe they would. There are people that just like to, they have no filter and they have no boundaries. But maybe we don't hang around a lot with those people after the few, after several times of them crossing the boundaries. But food seems to be, it's open season on having an opinion about what other people are eating. Let's think about this. Where do we draw the line between what their opinions are or their beliefs? I mean, they might actually believe some stuff, and for them, we cannot disagree. But that's their situation. Where do we draw the line? With we don't want to be rude, maybe. Well, some people like being rude. I don't want to be rude. I will be firm though. I generally give people three at bats. And on the third, I'm blunt as a spoon. No, I'm not going to eat that. Thanks. So we have to learn how to have the strength of our own convictions. We have to be confident in what we know works for us and what doesn't work for us. You know what doesn't work for me? A whole bunch of vegetables and fruit and juicing. That did not work for me. What does work for me is keeping my carbs very low. And then I've had to pay attention and remind myself to not eat if I'm not hungry. I really needed earlier this week, I needed a sit down with Go Keto with Casey. And I needed a knot jerked in my tail. Not for anything dramatic. It was not a big deal. It's just one of those, oh man, come on. I mean, this is a daily thing or monthly or weekly or however. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about what I am or am not eating. But when we become vulnerable, either emotionally or physically, we're extremely tired, we've had a giant row with our best friend, or something has happened. That's when we have to be very careful about making decisions. But those are our choices and our decisions about our food, putting into our gobs. We are the ones that will deal with the consequences. Do we want to deal with the consequences of someone else's food choices for us? Come on, just, oh, and I made a poll, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see it. But good morning, Rebecca. If other people kind of chime in, where are we? Are they telling us, oh, this is very dangerous? You're in great danger. Or is it the other way, sly? Some people say, just one little thing, one bit won't hurt. And some people are very well supported by those around us. And some say, no, I'm not very well supported, but I just smile politely and go about my own business. Let me see if anyone has responded to the poll. I will let you know. 100%. I'm well supported. Oh, another one popped in. Some tell me how dangerous keto is, cholesterol, etc. And then, so it's about half between that, it's dangerous, and half I'm well supported. Well, that's good that half are well supported. The one about the dangerous, we can appreciate people's legitimate concern, but their concern, where was the concern? And I have to tell you, I'm well supported. My husband 100% supports me and always has, even before he was doing it himself. He started about 6 months after I did, not for weight loss, but just for general health. He heard the same medical lectures I was hearing on the topic 11 years ago, 12 years ago, whenever it was that I was listening to them. And so I'm well supported in that. Our adult children, we just had last weekend, we went and our uh, our son and his beautiful wife prepared a meal for us. She does not need to, she is beautifully thin and healthy, uh, but prepared a beautiful meal, chicken poblano, delicious, and they were very conscientious to let us know every ingredient that was everything in the sauce, in the entree, in the everything. Well supported. And my friends, well, frankly, they were curious at the beginning when I was losing a lot of weight. Some asked me about it and some gave it a go, and it was for some people, wasn't for other people. But I'm well supported. But I will tell you this, if I wasn't, it would not have stopped me. Because if people are concerned about my health, were they concerned about me 100 pounds ago? Someone wrote, one of my patrons wrote, um, the poll is, well, the poll must be visible, Judy, because people have responded to it. Maybe it's, Judy, you're my special person. What was I going to say? Oh, patron. Talking about something about what to, when I've been told by some people who, well intentioned, that I don't eat enough. I eat enough. And one of the patrons chimed in under that snippet because I have a private support group on patreon.com, which you can get a link to below here or at my blog. And every weekday morning, I make video snippets, the topics often suggested by patrons. So this, a patron commented under that snippet topic that, no one was concerned with me when I was eating like frosted mini wheats and a donut for breakfast, right? So we have to learn, and it's not just how we have to learn to respond to everyone, it's individuals. If it's a family member who's well-intentioned but ill-informed, maybe we take it as a learning opportunity or just thank them for their concern. If it's a snarky person trying to sabotage you, then you maybe want to reconsider that relationship. Even if it's a long-term romantic relationship. Oh my gosh. All right, I just got a little thing. Thank you. There's a support button below here. And I just got to notice that someone, I don't know who and how much, gave like a tip jar. Thank you so much, whoever you are. Um, maybe if someone is, kind of on our case about what we're eating or not eating, maybe we need to ask ourselves, what is their motivation for offering an unsolicited opinion? Is it that they maybe think maybe it would work and they really appreciate seeing our weight loss and how much better we feel, but they feel like they couldn't do it? So better to say that's not healthy? Because if they didn't feel like it wasn't healthy, if they felt, okay, it's probably healthy, Casey looks okay, she lost weight, she's not taking any medications, but I really don't want to give up my potato chips. So if I don't want to just say I don't want to give up potato chips, I better think that it's unhealthy. So, what's that motivation? Sometimes it's envy. Let's just face it, it's envy. Although nothing to envy me about. This is the easiest thing I've ever done. Just laid off the carbs and the rest kind of took care of itself. Um, some people genuinely are concerned. Sometimes our medical providers, our health professionals are still ill informed. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Must have been Kimberly. So, it's too bad when we as lay people sometimes know more about nutrition than our healthcare providers. They weren't taught anything about nutrition. They were just taught that cholesterol will kill you. Cholesterol is not a disease. And some people, I don't know, there can be lots of motivations, but we need to figure out what that is and then learn how to deal with that situation. Hopefully, no one's offering an opinion. Frankly, most people couldn't care less what other people are doing, but they really need to keep their eyes off my plate. But I'm okay. I'm strong enough. So I'm going to come back to the poll. Then I want to go to the comments. By the way, you do not have to buy not one thing to be 100% successful at this protocol. You don't need a kit or supplements. Lord have mercy, you don't need so-called keto gummies. You don't need powders or proteins or anything else. But I will happily sell you a green journal with trackers and quotes and things like that. You can see that at my blog and go to Amazon. Or t-shirts. This one is I'm stronger than a cookie. You can see it at my spread shop. And maybe we need to be I'm stronger than other people's opinions. But that's kind of on the nose, isn't it? That sounds a little bit rude. But I am stronger than a cookie. So let's look at I'm going to look at some comments. Oh, and my private Patreon support group at Patreon, where you get 20 pre-recorded video snippets a month every weekday morning. I'm on number 9, just completed number 1919. Going up from there, a handful of patron-only live streams on Crowdcast, and up from there, monthly one-on-ones with me. So thank you very much. And if you are watching this on YouTube, if you can just give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, also helps. Thank you. So good morning from Vernon, British Columbia, writes Deborah and Judy. I needed a sit down with Go Keto with Casey too last evening. Okay. Kimberly writes, Judith, click on one of the buttons on the side or bottom up for the poll. Thank you. And Rebecca writes, I receive various conflicting advice, but my inner circle supports me and sees the impact keto has had. And that's when that's great, Rebecca. And that's what you really are looking for, your inner circle. And Judy writes, thanks. And Kimberly, you're welcome. Thumbs up. I was saying thank you to Judy, LOL. And Judy Porterfield writes, isn't it crazy how we can eat all the cake and ice cream and donuts we want and nobody says a word until we go keto? Then they say, carbs are not the enemy. But they kind of are for me. For other people, not. But for me, yes. And not the enemy. They just don't serve me well. CAS writes, thank you very much, Casey. You are such an inspiration. Well, thank you. By the way, I do want to give a plug for Crowdcast for those of you who are watching on replay. If you register for one of these live streams, what I do is I send out a reminder, an email, for the link to the next. Like on Fridays, I send out the link for the Saturday live stream. So all you have to do is click. Once you're registered, you're good to go. And Rebecca writes, so true, Judith. It is. Yeah. And I think part of that is, particularly if the people around us are eating cake and ice cream and donuts, yeah, they want to feel good about that. It's people who are in recovery from alcohol or other substances. They might lose some of their inner circle if their inner circle was comprised of their drinking buddies, right? I think some people might feel, I'm laying off the carbs, so I'm going to judge you if you don't. I don't get a vote on what anyone eats. Frankly, it is unimportant to me what anyone else eats. I might have a wish for people I love that if they are struggling with weight and health and stuff, I might wish that they would, you know, lay off the carbs just for a while just to see how it works. But I don't bring it up. It's not my business. And by the way, talking about someone's weight is a minefield. Even if you're trying to compliment them on the weight loss, sometimes people won't give a compliment because they're afraid if you talk anything about weight, it's gonna explode. Kimberly writes, I've discovered that, quote, low carb tortillas are not low carb. They're not. They're not. Almond flour tortillas, about 24 grams of carbs. If a product for one thing is shelf stable, it's probably it by definition it must have binders and fillers in them. But if a product says low carb or keto friendly or keto certified, which is not a thing, on the front of the label, and it's touting its net carbs, flip it over if you're in the United States. I think England, no, maybe it's Australia, did not list net carbs or total carbs on the back. But in the United States, nutritional labels will show the total carbs per serving. That's another thing. If the serving is this much, it says only 4 carbs, and the serving is this big, but we feel like the serving is the entire bag, then we're going to have a problem. No, it's just not. Judy writes, yes, that's most of my people. My few besties get it. Exactly, Kimberly. And Kimberly writes, net carbs are a trap. They are. It's not true. So my brother, one of my brothers, called me. I had a birthday recently, and he called me from the West Coast. Wished me happy birthday. And it's actually he's the brother whose type 2 diagnosis on January 8th, 2014. I got off the phone with him then. You're not going to believe this. I was diagnosed with that. I said, yeah, I believe it. I thought to myself, have you not met our family? Yes, I believe it. That's what started me on this. I don't want to take insulin for type 2 diabetes. White coat video of Dr. Eric Westman, keep your carbs low. So anyway, he knows, first of all, my brother would spend years asking me, and subsequently, after he lost a lot of weight, hey, I saw a commercial for a keto franchise. Do you own one of those franchises? Brother, there's no such thing as a keto franchise. That's no. And no, if there was, I wouldn't own one. You don't need a franchise. You just need to lay. Oh, yeah, right. So this has gone on for years. So then the other day when he called to wish me happy birthday, I said, well, thank you very much. You guys planning anything special? No, just hanging out. No, okay. He says, well, good talking to you. Go have a nice big piece of cake and happy birthday from me to you. I said, brother, I'm not going to eat a slice of cake. Do you not know what I do for a living? He says, oh, come on. There's got to be someone who sells a low calorie birthday cake. Bless him. Bless him. That's all I could say. His idea of going low carb is giving up Oreos for Lent. Okay. Low calorie birthday cake, which there's not either. Rebecca writes, any package that says 0 net carbs has way too many carbs for page 4 protocol. Exactly. And Judy writes, oh, happy birthday, Casey. Thank you. Casey, you're a hoot. Well, thank you. Hoot, hoot, hooty hoot. Is there anything else I wanted to share to say? Just to like again, I said, ask the motivation for people who are trying to, push. Maybe they're actually curious. They're asking questions, not as an accusation, but they're like curious. Are you worried about this? Is that, no, I'm not really. Oh, okay, wow. I really thought, yeah. So it can make a conversation. But if someone's pushy, you don't have to say it out loud, but it might give you some mental armor to think to yourself, listen, are you going to take the insulin injections for me? Do you want to do that? You want me to eat this? Are you going to pay my medical bills? Are you going to be with me when I have acid reflux in the middle of the night and I puff up like a blowfish? So you want me to suffer the consequences of your suggestion. No, thank you. See, you don't have to say it like that so harshly. I can be blunt, but I try not to do that. I'll talk bluntly to my brother. He's a knucklehead. He's a well-intentioned knucklehead. He don't mean any harm. But yeah, other people want us to do something. Substitute the word cookie for shot of tequila. Just one shot won't. It's your birthday. Have a shot of tequila. No, I don't. You might have noticed I don't drink alcohol anymore. It did not serve me well. Or cigarette. Or come on, let's engage in some retail therapy. No, I've really gotten in front of my finances. I've paid off my credit cards and I'm more comfortable. Come on, treat yourself. Life is too short. Okay. So substitute these things where you think, why are you getting into my face about my decisions? Take your own inventory. And I promise not to take your inventory. How about that? Food is fundamental. And our choices about it are fundamental. And make no mistake, no matter what outside pressures we might feel or that we might think are there, ultimately, no one puts the food in our mouths except for us, unless we are strapped down and force fed. It is our motion, hand, fork to mouth. So we need to be in control of that, no matter what Aunt Ida thinks. No matter what our coworker said, well, my cousin did that and they had a heart attack in 3 days. Okay. We have to make our decisions based on what we know for ourselves. Once we learn it, once we figure out what works for us and what doesn't, we are in charge. We are stronger than a cookie. We're stronger than other people's opinions. And nobody gets a vote on what we eat or don't eat. So I hope everyone has a lovely spring weekend wherever you are. I know some places are under snow still. We are not. I don't know if you can hear the chickens, but the chickens are making their presence known today. And you can see the eggs on the back. We get about a dozen eggs a day now, which is really nice. Good Lord, they are noisy. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your Saturday or Sunday or Thursday or whenever you're viewing this. Thank you for showing up, those of you who did, and commenting. Oh, and let me look at the poll here at the end. Let me see. Put on my glasses. Yeah, it's 50-50. Some tell me how dangerous keto is, cholesterol, etc. And the other half is, well, I'm well supported by those around me. So there we go. So the other options were some say one little cheat won't hurt. And I'm pretty good at listening politely, but carry on with what I know works for me. Now, thank you very much. If you're watching this on Crowdcast, on replay, I think you can still join in to the poll. That would be kind of cool to know. Thank you, guys. Keep your carbs 20 grams fewer. Total.net. If it's on page 4, link below at my blog. Don't eat it. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Stop eating when you've had enough. Be patient and persevere and be sweet. Just don't eat sweets. Ciao.